That door reminded me of UK doors. Room number 7.
This is how I get to the train station. That's my hotel. In the streets of Amsterdam, Zonenberg. Okay. Just asked someone on the road, and that's the train station. That one is the train station.
Basically, I saw this lady with a little kid on the road, and I wanted to get to the train station. When I usually have a map, or in this case, I had these instructions to get to the train station. Even when I'm using Google Maps, I rarely just rely on the map itself. I usually tend to ask people with the directions, and at that specific time, the coronavirus was kind of like it was on the early stages, and I was like thinking back in my head, like, I hope this lady does not get scared because I'm Asian. And yeah, because that's all I had in my mind. I was like, oh please, and then yeah, that was the thing I was thinking at that time. So yeah.
Go across the footbridge. Okay, got it fixed. What is that? That looks really cool.
The sunset was nice. Sunrise was nice.
I'm not high yet. Okay, chill.
Amsterdam. This was the 420 cafe which I was trying to go in, but I was a bit too early in the morning, so
I think I'm gonna enter 420 cafe, but it's closed.
body shop. This police car nearly hit me. It's insane. Explore the world. The tea didn't work. Like, I had like 3-4 cups of mushroom tea, marijuana tea, no effects. I do feel the caffeine effect though of the tea. Could not sleep. Marijuana. God, so when I was in that 420 cafe, I smoked like the whole spliff, the whole joint. I think, yeah, the whole thing when I was in there, and it did not mention whether it was sativa or indica, I think it was indica, and it was a bad choice. I should have just went for the sativa, which was clearly written, but I went for the pre-rolled joint. It was pre-rolled, so I was like, oh, I don't want to, grind and all that kind of stuff. But there's like I think I've recorded the whole time that I was, consuming marijuana, I was smoking marijuana, and then after a few minutes, maybe 10-20 minutes later, I was gone. Like, it was like I felt so tired, so sleepy. I was drinking hot chocolate as well at that time, and I could not. I just had to take a nap. And the crazy thing was, they do not allow the people in there, the customers, to take a nap in there, and then it was just like insane because I could not get myself up. Like, they had to come. I think 2 or 3 times they came, and then they said, "Oh, please, please do not sleep here," that kind of thing. And I think another thing was that because of the virus situation, that kind of thing, they were kind of scared as well. And yeah, I had to like, proper at that time, I had to like control constantly, like be aware that I had to get up, focus, not trying to sleep. And then I got myself up, and I stood right up, and I started walking like tried my very best. I was half asleep, and I just went out, and then I started exploring again. It was insane. I would never ever smoke indica or just pre-roll joints that does not mention or does not say what it is or what effect it has. So yeah, especially when I'm outdoors. If I was indoors or in a that was indoors, but if I was in a hotel, that kind of thing, I would, but not not in a shop or cafe or outside, outdoors, kind of not knowing what it is. Big thing. Unless there's this thing, it's called reset. Basically you take the pill and then it resets everything, which would have been handy at that time, but didn't have any, so yeah. At the airplane, like 10 hours and 52 minutes. That was long. From Amsterdam to Hong Kong.
Please make sure that your tray table and video screen have been stowed away.
3, 2, 1, take off. Watch that movie Parasite on the airplane. About this cookie, just a second, I still have the jar. This particular, I had like, so this one was what, medium. I had the strong one as well, and I had the one below medium as well. I tried three different boxes, and none of them have had any effects on me. So yeah, it was, yeah, it tastes like cookie. It's okay. The taste of the cookie was okay as well. A little bit salty, sugary kind of thing, and yeah. And the crazy thing is this specifically says magic cookies right here, and the date is kind of like a little bit weird. But wow, there's a tiniest insect moving from on here. Yeah. And then I'll tell you about the story. I got checked by the customs when I get to the video. The view was absolutely amazing. It's like around, it was a desert near Gobi Desert, Upper Mongolia, I think this one, Lower Mongolia, Inner Mongolia. Plane Hong Kong. It got so hot, like I had to take off my long sleeve, which I was wearing inside. So yeah, it was much better after I took it off. I think I had 2 big meals on the airplane. 10-hour, 52-minute flight. Yeah, I like the airplane foods. Hong Kong. Landing. Yo, stop the airplane. That's the airplane I was on.
Have you been to China in the last 14 days? Nope. And out here, yeah, no baggage to claim. Straight out.
So, like I said, I was stopped at the customs. I think that's in this specific flight. There were people on the airplane, but it seemed to me that I was the only one that came to Hong Kong. And other people that were stopped when the plane stopped at the airport in Hong Kong. I think most of them went somewhere else as a transit. And because when I came out, I was the only one, and also I didn't have no baggage, like I just had hand carry, and when I got out, I got stopped over, and then you know, they took me to the customs checking. That's when they said no recording. I was just taking a picture of my suitcase, and they said no recording, so I couldn't record what was going on in there. But basically, I think there was, you know, 2 reasons why I got stopped over. But when I asked, the guy said it's a random check. We, you know, randomly check, and you had to be the one. You happen to be the person that we checked, but because Amsterdam, you know, there's a lot of illegal things legal in Amsterdam. So one reason could be that. Another reason, because of the virus thing going on, I think they were trying to, you know, stop me there to see if I have any kind of symptoms, if I start sneezing, coughing, or that kind of symptoms kind of thing. So there could have been 2 reasons, I guess. Maybe it was just a random one, but at that time, I had like a parcel, a package with, you know, bundles of masks, and they, you know, ripped open the package and just to see what it is, and they found masks. And then the guy was like, they were friendly, both of these guys were friendly. They were asked like, did you bring mask because there's no mask in Hong Kong, that kind of thing? And then yeah, I said, yeah, but this is actually a parcel, it's not actually mine. And then I had another box. I've got another box in the kitchen somewhere. This one was empty, the other one was full, and there was cookies in it. And then the guy who checked my package looked at it, and then he looked at the bottom, and he looked at the date, and he just underneath where it says magic cookie, he looked at the date, and he said, what is this? He asked me, what is this? I said, this is cookie. And then I said, the shop assistant in Amsterdam said it's okay to export, and he said okay. So yeah, but I knew, although it says magic mushrooms or magic cookies, I knew it would be fine because it was cookies. There's no any other, you know, like proper magical thing about it. And also it did not work, so I was like, yeah, if no effects, shouldn't be a problem. So yeah, that was the thing about the customs check. I was there for like 10 minutes.
Hong Kong airport, I've never seen it so quiet.
So empty. Yeah, there were just 2 pilots and air hostess. Air hosts? Yeah. Yeah. So that was my trip from Amsterdam to Hong Kong, and the next time I will be in Amsterdam, I will make sure it's not in the cold months, and I will make sure I'll consume marijuana indoors in the hotel, and only after reading the effects. Yep, that was the worst. Probably the worst weed experience in my life. I tell you, it's like, yeah. So yeah. If you're still watching this, don't forget to give the video a big thumbs up, and find me in one of these 2 videos. And if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, make sure you do subscribe. My name is Subash, and peace out.